Calling all villains, the scheming session has now begun. This is our preview of Crooks in Crisis.
Crooks in Crisis is a party game incorporating role-playing, drawing, and writing, where players assume the roles of crooks or criminals in group therapy. And I had a few good laughs with this game.
I think this game will be fun at parties with people who like being creative with their games, and we'll tell you all about it after this quick how to play. At the start of the game, each player will take one profession and one trait. This will give each player their starting role and get the creative juices flowing.
Each player will take a turn being the judge for the round, which the game calls the Evil Genius.
The Evil Genius will draw a problem card and read it out loud to the group.
The other players must then use their creativity to solve the problem.
Some problems may require writing or drawing, some may require acting, and some may even require a scavenger hunt.
The Evil Genius picks the winner, and that player receives another trait card to add to their role.
The first player to 5 traits wins. We were sent a copy of this game so that we could do this preview video, so thank you Crooks in Crisis for sending it to us. The first thing you'll notice when you're watching this video is that the game comes in a can. However, the final version will not come in a can. This is just a pre-launch exclusive. The next thing that you'll notice when you do open up your game is that it's basically just a card game. So you have 4 different decks of cards. You have profession cards, trait cards, problem cards, and thing cards. The profession cards and the trait cards will give you your starting role for the game. They kind of get those creative juices flowing, kind of get you in the mindset of being that crooked criminal while you're playing. And then the problem cards are the cards that you're going to be reading out that have to be resolved during the round. And the winner of that game will get more traits. And the first player to 5 traits wins. And then the things can also be added as you're playing problem cards. Some problem cards may require that you draw thing cards, and they'll have an additional stipulation that you have to include in your problem while you're solving it.
So I thought this was an interesting take on this party game because you're assigned a profession, so for example, evil nanny, and then you're given a trait, which is 0 confidence in anything they say. So that lets you kind of get into character. You're like, all right, I clean houses and I think I know what I'm saying. So it really, you can have fun with it. You can decide like, okay, this is my character from now on. This is all I'm going to be acting as. And it makes it a little fun, add some laughs, and everyone can interact and just play their character. Some of the traits might get a little annoying if we keep doing it all the time, but it's still fun to give it a try at least once.
We took it a step above and we were acting out, we made it a rule where you had to continue doing your traits even as you were adding to it. Sometimes as you got to 3 or 4 traits, you'd be like, oh, I have so many things going on. But I don't know that you necessarily have to play it that way, but we did find that it made it a little bit more fun while we were playing it.
And if we ever broke character, then we call each other out and they're like, you're not talking like a mouse right now. Talk like a mouse.
The main mechanic of the game is to solve problems that are given to you by these cards. However, each card can present a different way of doing it. It's not just Cards Against Humanity and then you try to match cards. It's not just Pictionary, you're not just drawing. Sometimes you're writing, sometimes you're drawing, sometimes you're acting, sometimes you're going on a scavenger hunt and finding props to use. So it adds a nice variety, and none of it was too over the top where you're like, I'm not gonna do that. Most of it was kind of like a little bit edgy, but at the same time like, yeah, okay, I'm willing to do that in this group of friends and hang out. Is like, it's not telling you to go run naked through the streets or anything like that. So, but beyond that, that's all that you have to do. You have to solve the problem, and then the judge picks who their favorite person solving that problem was. You win the trait, and you keep playing until someone gets 5 traits. Here's an example of a problem card. Draw/write. I believe in 3 things: death, destruction, and that marriage is for life. Here's the challenge. Take a thing, each to be devilishly used on our wicked wedding day. So each player would draw a thing card.
A groaning space bear.
A groaning space bear. So each player, in character or not in character, but in character, would have to use that thing card that they drew, and they'd have to write a sentence or they'd have to draw a picture of how they would incorporate that thing into their evil wedding day. So with the groaning space bear, would he be your officiant? Would each guest have a groaning space bear sitting next to them so that they wouldn't be taking pictures, ruining the ceremony? And then the judge would choose their favorite way that people have incorporated their thing.
Yeah, it really gets the creative juices flowing because as an evil nanny, I have to figure out how I use a groaning space bear devilishly during my wedding while still having 0 confidence in what I say. Like it's fun, it lets you think in, and you can just kind of have a lot of laughs with everyone around about how a groaning space bear got involved in this.
There's limited artwork in the game. However, the artwork that is there fits the theming. So it's a graffiti style. And so you can see, so Evil Nanny, then you have bedtime stories. It's kind of that sketch look. And on the back, you have the graffiti with the plaid and the paint splatter. I feel like it really fits the theme overall with the Crooks in Crisis idea.
Yeah, the paint splatter on the back of this, graffiti, like some of these are just like little quick doodles or sketches. I think it's fun to look at, you know, very colorful, very vibrant, something the criminal would probably jot down in group therapy while they're sitting there talking about it. So it's kind of fun to look at.
The box says that it's for ages 14 and up, 3 to 6 players. And I definitely see this being a game that you would enjoy with more people playing it. You could probably go beyond the 6 people because you have a lot of cards that you can play with. I definitely think the more people playing, the more fun you'll have. 14 and up is probably appropriate. It is a little inappropriate for younger people, but it's not so inappropriate. Like I said, there's nothing too offensive about any of the cards, but there is a little bit of adult humor in there. So 14 and up is probably just about right.
Overall, the different takes of party games I really enjoy trying just because, like, all right, let's see, like, how's this different from those other ones that we're familiar with. I really think the graphic design with the graffiti style and everything really kind of drew my attention, so I like that. And then just being a criminal and making up stories is always fun, and just getting a few laughs here and there.
Overall, this is a fun game to play with the correct group of people. If you get a lot of people around at your party and you're just like, oh, I don't want to play that game, then it may not be so fun. But if you get a lot of people who are creative and a lot of people who will have fun with it, this will be a fun game to play, and I really hope that you check it out. And that was our preview of Crooks in Crisis.
What'd you think? Are you ready to assume your criminal role and impress that evil genius? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to back Crooks in Crisis, check out the link in our description below.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny. I go party like a board gamer.